Luke 20:27-47. So the subtitle is there a resurrection? And this part, definitely Jesus said that there will be a resurrection, and during the resurrection we can no longer die. We will be like angels. We are like the Son of God. We are sons of God, and we will be sons or daughters of the resurrection. And when that happens, there's no more marriage. There I guess then that means no more procreation, no more children, no more future generation. So like that population is like just static, I believe. And then and that leads me to, like, I've actually been thinking about this a lot, about how the population, there, people are having less children, and some of them like don't want children, and so I think we're seeing that trend like worldwide, and so there will be a point in time when there will not be, like, the population will collapse. And I think at that time or near that time is when Jesus come back, because one of the first thing God said is for us to, populate, to have children and go on. But if the humankind collectively chooses not to have that anymore, then that's when I think, like, it will end. That's just something that has been on my mind. I don't know how true it is, but that's something interesting to think about, that God doesn't like just say, oh, you're not going to be able to procreate as a human race anymore. But I think he waits for us to make that decision, and then when we were like, no more, we don't want any more children, then there will be a point, then the end is certain, like, and then at that point we are, maybe judgment will come, and then we get a new body, and then we are like the angels. We are sons of God, and we no longer continue. And then, yeah, so that's what I was thinking. After that, Jesus talks about how we will be children of the resurrection, and then that God is the God of the living and not the dead. And so he answered the scribes' question in like a higher level than they were just thinking, oh, logically this is this is this, so like how would play out. But Jesus take them to a higher truth. And then after that, he asked them a question like, why did they say Christ is David's son? So there are things that was written in scripture that human cannot fully understand, but Jesus understand, and Jesus can see the things that people will have a hard time with if they read it closely. And we know that he asked, David calls him Lord, so how is he his son? And from now that we look back at scripture, we know that Jesus, even though he was born a son into the line of David, he was existing before, and he is God. He has through him all things were created, and he existed before time with God, and through him things were created. But then he stepped into the human timeline, and so he's both Lord and Son. And so we would not be able to see that besides revelation from God. And then so he said to his disciples, pretty much like, these scribes, they're hypocrite. They devour widows' houses, but then they offer long prayer to appear holy. And they, knowing more of the scripture and still doing these kind of things, they will have more condemnation. And my additions there.